Listen, if someone not texting you back feels like your soul is being microwaved, congratulations. You might be anxiously attached. But here's the twist: anxious attachment doesn't mean you're too much. It means you've been loving with an open chest in a world full of scared and scarred people. Now, today, I'm going to show you the science behind it and how ethical masculinity turns panic into confidence. Stay with me. This episode might save your next relationship or your current one. Welcome back, fire starters. I'm Mike, your ethically masculine dating coach, baby. And this is Plant the Spark, where psychology meets flirty common sense, and where we take the research of people like Bowlby, Ainsworth, Mary Main, and modern attachment neuroscience, baby. We sprinkle in just enough spice to keep things interesting. You know we do. You fire starters are naughty little dudes. This series is going to break down the three attachment styles. You got anxious, you got avoidant, and you got secure. And it's going to show how to evolve into the secure style using my ACR method: autonomy, competence, relatedness, the blueprint, baby, the standard. Your antidote to the chaos of the dating scene, my dudes. Come on now, get it. Now, what is the anxious attachment, really? This style forms when affection is inconsistent, right? Sometimes warm, sometimes cold. And your brain learns, if I don't chase, I'll lose connection. You become hyper vigilant, right? You overread tone of voice. You see every micro expression: the raised eyebrow, the smirk, right? The resting bitch face. You refresh messages like it powers the national grid, my guys. That is the anxious attachment style. Now, Bowlby's work showed that anxious, preoccupied individuals activate the attachment system faster and harder. I mean, their amygdala lights up more easily during perceived rejection, right? And so, what's the translation on this? Their brain, or your brain, goes into DEFCON 1 when someone takes 22 minutes to reply. I mean, anxious people aren't broken, they're attuned. They are hyper attuned, and they just haven't learned to regulate their amygdala. They just haven't learned to regulate the system yet, but they can. Now, why is it that anxious people love so intensely? I mean, there's a reason your love hits different, my guys. I mean, there is a reason that you ladies score much higher in things like emotional sensitivity, loyalty, passion, connection seeking, baby. Come on now. These are all great traits. It's just learning how to modulate the intensity of those things, right? Now, Mary Main, she put together a really cool adult attachment interview, and it shows that anxiously attached people, they often have the strongest relational drive. But guys, unregulated intensity, that becomes pressure, right? That becomes heavy pressure. And that pressure turns into chasing. And that chasing becomes extremely repellent to your crush, to that woman or man that you're looking to secure in a relationship, or at least in the dating world, right? But baby, this is where ethical masculinity comes in. All right. When you live by autonomy, when you live by competence, and when you live by relatedness, you create a structure that stops you from spiraling, right? You're rewiring your entire system when you use the ACR method. And that's why you can't take shortcuts with my program, right? Ethical masculinity is grounded in the ACR method. Autonomy breaks the panic loop, right? You have morning phone boundaries. You have a mission first structure to your life. You stop tying your mood to their mood. You become an autonomous, secure individual who is grounded in their own sort of ethical masculinity, right? Your own self. You've also got competence, right? Competence builds your internal worth, my guys. A lot of the time you have anxious people not believing in themselves, right? They overthink everything. Well, with ethical masculinity, you learn you can depend on yourself. Competence is self trust. And self trust is the anxious person's missing ingredient. They need to trust themselves, right? And others. Finally, you have relatedness. This is really good because it turns that overthinking that you know you're spiraling into, and it turns it into connection. Secure, calm, clean connection. Hey, I noticed I feel anxious. Just want to be honest about it, right? That's a line you can use, right? It signals honesty, right? You're not dumping, you're not accusing, right? You're showing ownership. I feel this, and you're adding clarity. Ethical masculinity gives anxious people a framework to stay grounded without losing warmth, right? We don't want to lose our warmth. Remember, there's got to be some passion, some warmth, some playfulness with that structure and groundedness, right? And that's all we do here at Plant the Spark. We give you that formula, man. Now, what are some of the triggers and how to neutralize them? Well, number one, the anxious person gets triggered to hell over the delayed reply, but you need to reframe it, right? They don't text you back immediately. They're living a life. I have one too. Trigger two, the ambiguous tone, right? Look, text 10% slower. Respond with clarity, not analysis. Stop it. It's just a text. Let me tell you something, guys. You know, if you put a period at the end of a sentence, apparently this signals tone that's not very nice. I guess don't use periods unless you don't want to seem nice. Now, trigger number three is disconnection fear, right? Your strategy is just return to your mission. If your anxious attachment thrives on idle time, you got to kill the idle time, my guys. You got to kill the idle time. Get out and do something, my dudes. Pump the weights. Read a book. Watch Plant the Spark over and over on a loop. I love you, boys. All right, trigger number four, right? Trigger number four, over investing early. Over investing early. Guys, our strategy is a 3-to-1 investment rule. If they invest 3 units, you invest one, maybe two, maybe two. All right. Look, level up, my dudes. Become secure using this ACR, right? And here's where you get powerful because secure isn't personality. It is daily discipline. This is an attachment style that was created, right? Your insecurity was created. If you want to become secure, you can create that. Now, secure habit number one, you communicate directly, not needy, not cold, just clear. Say what you mean. Sometimes it comes across as being a little mean and blunt, but look, you got to have clarity in life. Secure habit number two, your, your purpose, baby. Pursue your purpose, not people. Look, the ethically masculine man, their mission is the anchor. People are additions. All right. People are additions to what belongs right in here. What makes you go? What makes you tick? Now, secure habit number three, you self regulate before you respond. This is the one that I had the hardest time doing. And I teach this stuff because, look, I've lived it. I'm still living it. And these things are not something that you can do once and then all of a sudden, you've pressed the magic button and life goes good. No, that's not how it works. This stuff is about daily work. The daily work. And you will be working on this your whole life. But I'm going to tell you right now, you work on it for a month, you work on it for 2 months, and you're going to turn into a sexy little mofo. I'm telling you that right now. You are going to look good because you feel good. You're confident. All right, I got on a little tangent there, but secure habit number 3, you self regulate before you respond. Okay, 10-minute pause rule. Your brain calms down, right? Your relationships calm down. And like I said, I have a hard time with this one because I'm a little reactive at times. Secure habit number 4, you honor your boundaries without punishing. It's not about punishing people, my guys. It's about honoring your own dignity and your own boundaries. All right. Now, next episode, I'm going to go over the avoidant. Now, this is fascinating. It's frustrating. They're a sexy little mystery box that disappears when you get too close. And I'm going to show you how ethical masculinity melts avoidant defenses without chasing, pushing, or turning into their therapist, right? If you are that avoidant person, you hope you find someone that uses this on you. I can tell you that right now because it will help to rewire you. If this episode hit home, hit that like. You know you got to hit that subscribe, my dudes. And if you haven't, I am upset and sad. Hit that subscribe, baby. Comment, I choose security below. And remember, listen, guys, your attachment style, it is not your destiny. But choosing ethical masculinity, that is the beginning of your transformation.